Come on. Let I go live. Hello. Hello, everyone. Disarray of a morning. The mats are not out. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's mixing up day, so that just means that I have no idea what we're going to do, but I've got a headache, so we'll have to work around that. So anything that brings on a headache, we'll stop and move to something next. Otherwise, I'm going to die. How is everyone? Let's get going. Where shall we start? Let's start in child's pose. Child's pose. And then we'll see what brings on headaches and what doesn't. And that can be a little research tip for anyone else who has headaches when they do yoga. Know what and what not to do. Okay, so we'll do that. Child's pose at the back of your mat. And let's get going. Ooh. See if I can get my calf loose. I don't think downward dog's going to be a good choice. Usually downward dog's okay, it's bridge. Okay, onto your hands and knees. Oh, no, sorry, going to child's pose first. I forgot we're in child's pose. I also forgot to put out the mats. I'm not in a good place. I've got a very, very big headache. So my brain is puzzled. And onto your hands and knees. Into cat and cow, just to loosen up that spine. Cat and cow, cat and cow. Push away from the shoulders. You can move around a little bit just to get the everything loose. I find after the kayaking the weekend, my back's been quite stiff. So I find this where I usually don't feel anything. I find every little extra movement quite beneficial when I do it. And into that cat, hold the cat. Rock it forwards and back, navel to spine. Tuck the toes under downward dog. Let's see what the calves are doing today. Walk it out, stretch it out, walk it in a little bit if you've got my stiff calf issue. I was okay yesterday in Ugel's class. In Ugel's class, it went down quite well. I was very proud. Stretch it out. Forwards to plank. Hold your plank, level to spine. Tuck your tummy in. Knees to the floor and child's pose. So we'll just do that again to warm up. I think we'll do a few plank stuff. Just a few movements in plank, a few dips, maybe low plank. Let's see how it goes. See how the head goes. Okay. Child's pose it is. Onto your hands and knees. Cat and cow. So loosen up. So this is just the loosening up and stretch sequence, a little bit of strength. So take your time to stretch out everything. I've decided my sister needs to move to the UK. I'm just going to ask her. I don't really know why she wouldn't. I don't understand. Got brown water at the sea. At Felixstowe, it's beautiful. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. No joking, I love Felixstowe. Walk it out. Oh, I wanted to know if anyone knows whether the sea is bluer at the North Norfolk coast, because we're going up this weekend to see. So if you've been there before, please let me know how it is, where I should go, and what the sea looks like. I know it's sandy. And that's my question for the day. Forwards to plank. Tuck your tailbone in. Just hold. Knees down. And slide into a cobra this time. And once you're down on the floor, just before you push up into that cobra, just let your shoulders shrug forward, so the natural shrug forward, and then deliberately shrug it back. And even lift up. That's going to naturally lift you up anyway. But don't lift up yet. Don't put pressure on your hands yet. Just shrug the shoulders back. And then relax them forward again. Put your head down. And then deliberately shrug them back, lift up. And without putting pressure on your hands, you just want to do that shoulder shrug. Shrug it forward and shrug it back. That's a nice little sequence to get used to that shrugging feeling. Shrug it forward and shrug it back. Hold it there. And now you can lift up into a cobra. Squeeze your bum. And back to child's pose. Stretch it out. You can move a little bit in child's pose just to get the back loose. Okay, so we will have a little yoga sequence with a bit of strength. And then the standing sequence, I did this yesterday with Oogle, is just a high lunge. A lot of focus on the high lunge with a twist. That's it for standing, but going into that is going to be just a little bit of strength. So we haven't done this for quite a while. We're going to do the downward dog to dolphin, to low plank, to high plank sequence as our strength sequence when we're down. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
So if you have Louis' back issue and something clicks, just stick to the high one, don't do the low one.
It's like dolphin, it's not.
So don't do it. So just go into a low plank.
Staircase.
And don't push back into your dolphin. Okay, so if we do go into dolphin, shrug the shoulders back and down, and let's get going. So when you're ready, onto your hands and knees. It'll be a troublesome shirt. Onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Drop your heels down. Move a little bit just to get all the stretches in, and then hold it, push the bum back. Now go into dolphin. Just be careful with your shoulders. Put the elbows down, shoulders back and down, hold the dolphin. And you can push it back a little bit when you're there on the shoulders, just to feel that motion. This is quite a big extension and upward rotation of the shoulders. So just be careful if you don't have that mobility, you're not going to be able to do this quite easily. Forwards to plank, walk your feet out or hands forward. Hold your low plank, navel to spine. Tuck it in, push away from the shoulders. And back to normal plank. Downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg and squeeze your bum. So we're going to bring in the knees 2 times, and the third time we're going to step it forward, but we're going to do it nice and slow so that you can really shrug it into the chest and hold it there. So bring it forward, hug it in, hold for 1. Push it back, squeeze the bum. The more you squeeze the bum, the more the leg's going to lift. Bring it in for 2. Yep, that's an instant headache. Hold, yeah. Push it back. And this time, tuck it into your chest, bring it to the front of the mat. Keep your hands on the mat, keep your back straight, and just push back on that back heel. So just give that a nice little stretch. It almost has a downward dog feeling in that leg. And then once you find that stretch, bend the front knee and keep the stretch in the back leg and lift up into high lunge. Tuck the tummy in, back leg strong, hips forward, front knee bend, and hold. Shrug the shoulders back and down. Hands together, left elbow over right knee and twist. You can step that back leg in a little bit if your ankle is pinching. So this front leg, we're just going to lift up a little bit, not straight completely. Hold the balance and pulse it in. Lift up.
In the twist.
Yes. And pulse it in. Small movements. Last time. Pulse it in. Hands to the mat and step it into a forward bend, knees bend. Fold over your knees. You stay down. Sweep the floor and lift up into a chair pose. Tummy tucked in. Straighten out. And go into a nice little back bend. Open up that chest. Back to the top, hands into your chest. Okay. When we dip into the forward bend, take your time to go down. Once you're down, whether that is with your hands on your knees, have the legs, instead of having it extended completely, just have it slightly bent. So this front leg is more or less, if you are flexible, that's a slight bend. Just hold that slight bend. Okay. So easy down. I might not go down with you. And just hold it there and breathe. Try and pivot as you breathe. Exhale. Take a nice deep breath in, tuck your tailbone in, level to spine. Very slowly dip into that forward bend. And take your time to go down. Breathe. Exhale. Breathe from your hips. Don't look at your knees, look at your toes. Bend your knees and step back to downward dog. Downward dog, big stretch. We're going forwards to plank again.
Dolphin or plank?
No, just plank. We're going to a cobra first, which you can skip. Knees down. And then again, slide and then drop it down onto your tummy, because we're going to do that shoulder shrug again. So hands next to your sides. Drop your shoulders forward. And then deliberately lift and shrug them back. And that's going to lift up your chest without even putting any power into your hands. Drop it forward and relax. And deliberately shrug it back. Drop it forward. And deliberately shrug it back. And now you can go into your cobra. Don't go too high. Squeeze your bum, lift up your chest. Back to child's pose. Stretch it out, move around. Onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, downward dog. Find a nice little downward dog, tummy in, navel to spine. Yes, now we're going to go into dolphin. Be careful with your shoulders. Push it back. You can shrug it back once you're there. Scoot it forward into a low plank. Hold. And lift it up into a high plank. Back to downward dog. So lift up your left leg, squeeze your bum, tuck it into your chest and hold. You rock your shoulders forward over your hands, push it back, squeeze your bum, bring it in again, hug it in. And last time, this time bring the leg forward. Push that back leg back a little bit. Give it a nice little stretch. Hands on the mat, back straight. Give it a nice little stretch. Bend the front knee in and lift up into your high lunge. And hold. Nice stretchy stretch of the back leg. Shoulders back and down. Arms extended. And hold. Hands together, right elbow over left knee and twist. And then again, we're just going to pulse that front leg forwards and back into the flexion. Release a little bit. Bend. Release again, level the spine. Bend. Turn back to the front of the mat and step it in to bent legs, forward bend. Sweep the floor and chair pose. Straighten out. Go for a nice little back bend. Tuck your tailbone in. Just lift your chest open to the sky. And back hands into your chest. So we're going to dip into that forward bend again. Take a nice deep breath in. Ooh. And slowly dip into the forward bend. Take your time. And hold. So on the exhale, try and pivot down a little bit more if you can. Hands to the mat. Step it back to downward dog. Forwards to plank. Knees down. Slide onto your tummies. And shoulders forward. Hands next to your side. Shoulders forward. Shoulders strap back. Lift up a little bit. Shoulders forward. See how much movement you can get in. Shoulders shrug back. A nice little mobilization exercise. Shoulders forward. Shoulders shrug back. Lift up into your cobra. Back to child's pose. There you go. That was the sequence. So we've got a little bit of a shoulder mobilization, which is quite easy to do. So when you go onto your hands and knees, we do this a lot in class. You're gonna push away as much as you can, and then drop it, letting your shoulder blades touch at the back. Push it back up and drop. So just do that. Let the shoulder blades up. Try not to bring your shoulders up to your ears as you do that. Try and keep them back. So push up and down without running the shoulders up into your ears. Up and down. Keep your navel to spine. This is quite a good, this is a nice shoulder mobilization to do. It's quite easy as well. But focus on not running those shoulders up to your neck.
Am I doing it right?
Yes. And some people won't be able to do this because that all depends on your scapular motion. So don't expect a lot of movement if you're not used to doing this. And now back to the top. So now we're going to do kind of that circle thing where the shoulders come to your ears, drop it forward, and then you shrug it back, pushing up. And then you come back and shrug. So it's a little bit of a piston movement. I call it the piston engine. You shrug down and then push it back down while you lift up. Mine is going. Nice and slow. I like this one. If you haven't done this in a long time, I remember the first time I did this, my shoulders were so stiff down my back. It was amazing because it's such a simple motion and it just did whatever it had to do. So remember to shrug it back as you push up. Now we're going the separate way. So you start at shrugging back and push up, and then you dip down behind you and then shrug it forward, lift up. So your piston is changing, just in the opposite direction, navel to spine. And just keep doing that. And back to the top. Now, this is the tricky one. This is shoulder mobilization. You can check out your wrists. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in different directions with your piston engine. But you're going to do it on the floor so that you've got pressure So exactly what we've done, but just in different directions. Both shoulders moving in different directions, just to see if you've got that ability to separate the muscles. It's like the provocative bum dance. See if you can separate the muscles. Okay, so onto your hands and knees. One shoulder is going forward, one is going back, and then you reverse it up. Again, the more movement you have there, the better. So really go for movement. Forget about the rest of your body. You can keep it tucked in, but you don't have to worry too much about anything else. And do it nice and slow and deliberate so that you know what you're doing and that you're noticing the movement. And reverse side. It takes a while to realize that you're reversing side. Reverse side. And one more. You just sit back, check out your wrists. And just shrug it back again while you're sitting. Shrug it back and down. And forward, back and down. Forward, like a train ride. And that is it. You can turn around onto your back. We're going to finish on our back today. We're going to finish with the twist again and take our time in the twist because I did it yesterday and my back felt so much better yesterday afterwards. So a little bit of time in the twist. Take your whatever leg, it doesn't matter. One leg down, other one on your thigh, and cross that knee over. Keep the opposite shoulder down, and just go into that twist. And take your time in that twist. Don't push that knee down. Let the knee go itself. You can grab a little bit tighter, bring it up a little bit if you want. We're going to do the open and close book. So today, which feels like nothing, but it is. It's a nice little back mobilizer. Just hold that twist. Tuck your chin in a little bit. My head's going to explode. Keep that opposite shoulder down. And just hold. Breathe. Tuck your navel to spine. Shoulder mobilizer. I hope your shoulders feels this. Otherwise, we'll have to do it again with a little bit more power. Now grab your the other side of the shoulder. Just grab your hand and your shoulder together, and this one can stay. Your hand can stay there. You can just take it out. It doesn't matter. So all you're going to do is you're going to rotate over, open up your back. So again, shoulder motion a little bit. Push it forward. Touch your elbow on the hand if it's there, or on the floor if you're holding on to your leg. It doesn't matter. And then lift up, roll it back, really open up the chest and drop that elbow down. And this leg is going to come up, so please don't try and keep it down. And again, open up, push forward, and open up your chest, shrug it back until your shoulder touches the floor. And again, one more time. Touch, round out, and bring it back. Touch the floor. Now you can grab your knee again. Take the other hand out again. And you should feel a little bit more relaxed in that twist after that motion. You just mobilized your back. Slowly release and rotate back. And then once you're back to the middle, just a few spinal curls to get your back into alignment. So lift it up and then take it down. Take your time with that navel to spine. Just move that spine a little bit so that you can feel the release. Do you feel it, Louis?
Yeah.
Was it painful?
No, it's good. I like that.
And relax. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. I'm choking. Nicholas is choking me. It's not very comfortable. Leg on thigh, cross it over, opposite shoulder down, and take your time to go into that twist. Navel to spine, just to protect your spine. And grab it over, make it a tighter squeeze. And just hold. Tuck in your chin. Hold that. Don't deliberately push that down. You can just hold it where it goes. It will go if it needs to. You don't need excessive rotation in your spine. You just need it to be mobilized and have motion. Okay, take your arm out. If you want to grab your shoulder with the opposite hand, and we're going to do the book again. So roll it over, close the book, round out your back, and then open it back up again until you put everything down on the floor. Straighten out, open up your chest, and again. Touch, stretch, lift it up, open up, roll back. One more time. And back. Hold your stretch just a little bit longer. You can take the arm out again, navel to spine. And rotate it back all the way to the middle. Feet underneath your knees and spinal curl up and down, just to get that mobilized again. And we're going to hold it in the up. So with the tailbone tuck up, just hold it there in the air. Keep your navel to spine. Just squeeze your tailbone in and hold it there. Don't go any higher. Just hold that up. Try and squeeze your knees together a little bit. They tend to want to fly out a little bit. So just squeeze them. Hold your tuck. Tuck in your chin. And slowly slide it down. All the way to the bottom. Hug in your knees and roll up to a seated. We're going to finish because Louis has to go. Not because of him.
Have to go.
I just need to go get a Nurofen, to be honest.
I have Nurofen.
I'm going to have more. Take a nice deep breath in. And you are released for today. I will see you tomorrow. And be aware, if my headache is away, it's going to be, it will be torturous. Torturous.
All right, Laura.
Okay. See you all tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm seeing you soon. I'll go put on the heater. Have a lovely cloudy day, I see. And see you tomorrow. Hopefully the headaches will be gone. Bye.